Do you feel like you're doing everything right when it comes to your health and fitness? But when you look in the mirror, you're still struggling to see noticeable progress? If so, then you're not alone. How you're currently spending your weekends could be the culprit to your lack of progress. And in this video, I'm gonna be sharing strategies with you on how to overcome the weekend so you can finally start seeing progress while still enjoying your weekend. But first, let's understand the challenge at hand here. You see, the problem isn't just an occasional cheat day. It's the habit of going overboard every single weekend. And that's what's preventing you from losing fat and building muscle. Going overboard every single weekend can not only undo the progress and the hard work that you put in during the week, but it can also lead to feelings of frustration, guilt, and failure, which no one wants to feel that way. But here's the good news. I'm not here to take away your weekend fun. I'm here to show you how to balance it with your fitness goals. So let's dive right into the exact strategies that I use with my online coaching clients so that you can not only see progress, but enjoy your days off as well. Strategy number one, plan for the chaos. No matter what you go out and do, whether you're hitting the golf course, going for a hike, heading to the lake, whatever the case may be, plan for the chaos. And what I mean by that is bring some healthy snacks. When it comes to overdoing it on the weekends, typically we're either eating too many calories in the form of food, eating out, mindless eating, and or we're drinking too much. One of the best ways to avoid poor food choices is by bringing some healthy snacks with you. And by bringing some snacks of your own, you won't let yourself get ravenously hungry, which inevitably leads to some poorer choices. So the type of snacks that you want to bring are going to be high protein and high fiber to help keep you feeling full throughout the day's activities. So some options could be some ready to go protein shakes. These are super convenient and can be pretty filling. Smack down two of these, you're looking at anywhere from about 40 to 60 grams of protein. Protein bars are another great option as well. When looking for a good protein bar, I like to look for one that's high in protein without too much fat or sugar, and ideally some fiber in there as well. Protein powder is another good option to always have if you're out and about, especially if you're gonna be gone for a few days. Consider throwing that protein tub or bag into your bag on your way out the door, and that's gonna be a great way to get some quick protein on the go. Jerky, so something like beef jerky, turkey jerky, whatever floats your boat, this is gonna be high in protein and comes in a ton of different flavors. You can also pack a sandwich. By packing a sandwich with some lean meat on there, you're gonna get a ton of protein in. You can also sneak in a lot of vegetables, maybe some lettuce, tomato, onion, cucumber, that type of stuff. That's gonna help keep you feeling fuller for longer. Also get you a little bit of hydration through the vegetables, get those vitamins, get those minerals, as well as a little bit more fiber to help keep you feeling fuller. And lastly, you can always just pack a little bag of fruits and or vegetables. Some of my personal favorites on the go are things like bananas, grapes, and apples. Those are typically pretty easy to bring on the go and are go-to of mine. These are gonna be low in calories, high in vitamins and minerals, which is exactly what you want. So next I wanna talk a little bit about an eating out guide. No matter what the weekend calls for, chances are you're gonna be making a stop out. Whether that be just something quick on the go or a little bit more of a formal setting, eating out on the weekends happens. It's just, that's part of life, regardless of your fat loss goals. So what I did is I put together a little restaurant guide here. So if you're out on the road and eating out, here are some higher protein, lower calorie options at a couple popular restaurants. Now, a couple ordering tips if you are at a little bit finer of an establishment. You know, what you wanna opt for, something like, look for words like steamed, grilled, or baked options, and try to avoid things like fried, beer battered. Those initial options are gonna be a lot lower calorie and gonna help you enjoy the time out while still staying on track. And when in doubt, choose a dish that comes with a lean protein, chicken, steak, pork, fish, whatever floats your boat, and get a side of vegetables. Maybe baked potato, something like that. Typically can't go wrong with something like that. If you're out and about on the weekend, chances are you might have to stop for gas. And while you might be tempted by the candy aisle or the snack aisle, the Oreos, the Trolley eggs, Snickers bar, what have you, there are actually some pretty good options that you can find at almost every gas station. Again, like we talked about at the beginning here when planning for the chaos, things like ready to go protein shakes. Brands like Muscle Milk and Fairlife are typically the ones that I try to look for and can be found in most convenience stores or gas stations. Again, another great option is protein bars. So looking for the most amount of protein with the least amount of calories, and that's gonna be your best bet. And again, another thing you can find at gas stations is that beef jerky or that turkey jerky that we talked about, which can be a great high protein source. Now, when it comes to alcohol, right? It's no secret that alcohol can kill your gains, but it's also no secret that having a few drinks on the weekend is a good time. So here are a couple tips so you can have your beer and drink it too. First things first, choose lighter beers or wines over higher calorie cocktails or like a heavy IPA. For example, a 16-ounce lager could run you like 100 calories, where something like a 16-ounce hazy IPA might be upwards of 250 to 300 calories. Now, calories aren't everything, especially when we're talking about alcohol. You can start to see how you can enjoy yourself with a couple lighter beers for the same amount of calories as a single, more calorie dense option. Now, when it comes to mixed drinks, opt for calorie-free or low-calorie mixers like club soda, diet, tonic water, diet soda. That type of stuff is gonna be your best bet. And another tip that I try to stick to when having a couple of drinks is opting for larger volume, lower calorie options. For example, something like a vodka soda with some extra soda and a lot of lime might last you a lot longer than one of those single heavy IPAs. Now, the last strategy that we're gonna talk about here for staying on track on the weekend while still having a good time is something called calorie banking. So one way to handle the weekend indulgences is to eat fewer calories leading up to the weekend. So this is gonna give you just a little bit more room to work with over the weekend. Now, this doesn't mean that you should go hungry during the week, right? It's just all about making smarter, lower calorie choices and just being smart with our allocation of calories. This way you can have your fun on the weekends without stressing too much about going over your calorie limit. Let's look at two different fat loss plans going over this calorie banking approach. The first plan is you just eat the same exact number of calories every day of the week, Monday to Sunday. And so this would be the same exact calorie deficit for every day of the week. Now, the advantage here is you don't have any really low days where you have to worry about hunger or being really meticulous with your calories. There's just evenly spread out like a standard diet. Now, the second plan, the one that involves the calorie banking, what we're gonna do here is we're going to lower calories Monday through Thursday. This could also be Monday through Friday. We're gonna lower the calories through those days so that we can bump up the calories for the weekend. This allows you to have a little bit more room on Friday, Saturday, Sunday with your calories, but they all average out to be exactly the same as in the first example. This can be a really good strategy if you're the type of person who can just buckle down during the week, but they want to have a little bit less stress on the weekends. Just remember, if you do go for this option, to pay attention to your hunger cues, because you will be at significantly lower calories for 4 days leading up to the weekend. These strategies will allow you to enjoy yourself while making gains and can make a big difference over time. But the key to successful fat loss or muscle gain is gonna be your consistency. And that means consistently nailing it on the weekends. Implement these steps and see how they transform your weekend habits without sacrificing the fun. But if you're ready to break the cycle, lose the fat, build the muscle, and gain back your confidence and your health, then it's time that we chat. As a seasoned fat loss coach, I've guided many men on their journey to transformation. So if you are interested in hearing more about my coaching program and how it works, there's a link down in the description for you to click on. It'll take you to a very brief application, and I'll get in touch and we can chat about your goals. But there you have it, guys, your blueprint to a fun, fitness-friendly weekend. Until next time, thank you for watching. Peace.